I want to send a message to every survivor of sexual assault. Don't let anyone silence your voice. You have a right to be heard, and you have a right to be believed. We're with you.
You know, Hillary Clinton said that people have a right to be heard until their allegations are disproven. And I think that in some of the most prominent cases, not only were the accusations not disproven, they were confirmed and acknowledged by President Clinton.
How's that?
So I think, well, he acknowledged he had a relationship with Jennifer Flowers. He paid Paula Jones off in a settlement, and has acknowledged much of what Monica Lewinsky says happened. So those are three pretty prominent examples.
If Monica Lewinsky says that you used a cigar as a sexual aid with her in the Oval Office area, would she be lying? Yes, no, or won't answer?
I will revert to my former statement.
Do you know how many young women in this country don't even know that Bill Clinton was impeached? No, maybe they heard Monica Lewinsky. They don't know the women that have accused Bill Clinton of sexual improprieties.
You know some of these names. You know Juanita Broadrick. You know Kathy Willey. You know Paula Corbin Jones, who he paid $850,000 in a settlement for. But you don't know Liz Ward Grayson, Eileen Wellstone, Becky Brown, Helen Dowdy, Dorothy Kyle Browning, Christy Zurcher. This list goes on and on.
And that has said they've been threatened and intimidated by Hillary Clinton.
Hillary's not just an enabler. She's the one who hires the heavy-handed private detectives who wage a veritable terror campaign against these women to silence them.
Don't let anyone silence your voice.
A girl who was raped by a pedophile that Hillary Clinton bragged about getting off. Wait, let me finish. Hillary Clinton, what do you mean? You don't even want to hear it? That Hillary Clinton is on tape bragging about, as a lawyer, getting off on a technicality. That woman now says, Hillary ruined my life.
4 decades ago, before she was a possible presidential candidate, before she was even Hillary Clinton, Hillary Rodham was a 27-year-old trial lawyer in Arkansas with a southern drawl and big ambitions. She was asked by a judge to defend a 42-year-old man accused of raping a 12-year-old girl.
Over the past 25 years, I have worked persistently on issues relating to women, children, and families.
I mean, this poor girl, if you read about what the crime was, it's quite shocking.
Women.
It was 2 guys who brutally
children
raped and beat children. A 12-year-old girl who was a virgin. She was made infertile.
Families.
She was in a coma for 5 days.
Women, children, and families.
Now, Clinton was able to plea bargain down the sentence to just 1 year in prison, which was then reduced to time served. But the victim, who is now 52 years old, is speaking out to the Daily Beast and saying that one of the most famous women in the world put her through hell.
I realize the truth now, of heart of what you done to me. I said, man, you're supposed to be it for women? Do you call that for women? What you done to me? And I heard you on tape laughing. When I heard that tape, I was pretty upset. I went back to the room and was talking to my 2 cousins, and I cried a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Some of this has got me pretty down, but I thought to myself, I'm going to stand up to her. I'm going to stand up to what I got to stand up for, you know.
These new comments come after an audio recording of an interview with Mrs. Clinton from the early 1980s was dug up. In that clip, Mrs. Clinton seems to admit she knew the defendant was guilty.
Remember that case where I represented that guy? It was a fascinating case. It was a really interesting case. This guy was accused of raping a 12-year-old. Of course, he claimed that he did all this stuff. He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
How did it turn out?
Oh, he pled bargain. We got him off. It was time served in the county jail. He'd been in the county jail about 2 months.
And I do think the audio really changes it, where she's saying he took a polygraph, and then she says that it forever, destroyed her faith in polygraph. Yeah. She thought he was guilty.
She's admitting that he's guilty.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's a problem. I think it really pokes a hole in that narrative.
Now, Dan,
My mom's life and what she went through are big reasons why standing up for kids and families became such a big part of my life.
So in the 1975 affidavit, Clinton wrote of the victim, "I have been informed that the complainant is emotionally unstable with a tendency to seek out older men and engage in fantasizing."
Don't let anyone silence your voice. You have a right to be heard, and you have a right to be believed.
She was never really upset with Hillary Clinton or Hillary Clinton's actions in this case until she learned very recently, because of the documents and videos revealed that you just pointed out, that Hillary Clinton had accused her of some sort of culpability in her own attack.
It is a violation of human rights when individual women are raped in their own communities.
Clinton, as we said, ultimately bargained down the sentence on a technicality involving evidence that was accidentally destroyed.
But what was sad about it was that the prosecutors had evidence, among which was his underwear.
His what?
His underwear, which was white. Sent it out of the crime lab for those efforts to reform the crime lab. Crime lab took a pair of underpants, neatly cut out the part that they were going to test, tested it, came back with the result of what kind of blood it was, what was mixed in with it, then sent the pants back with the hole in it for evidence. So I got an order to see the evidence, and the prosecutor didn't want me to see the evidence. I had to go to Laughlin Cummings to convince Laughlin that, yes, indeed, I had a right to see the evidence before it was presented. So they presented these underpants with a hole in it. I said, what kind of evidence is that? You've got a pair of underpants with a hole in it. Of course, the crime lab had thrown away the piece that they cut out. It was really, I plea bargained it down because they didn't have any, it turned out they didn't have any evidence.
Hillary Clinton made a choice. She was not a public defender. She took this on as private counsel and elected to represent a man and get a reduced sentence for someone who raped a child.
I want to send a message to every survivor of sexual assault. Silence your voice.
I don't think this is going to go over well with normal people because it fits in with the whole idea, both of the Democratic Party and particularly the Clintons, that they are just con artists pretending to care about the little guy while they're using legal trickery to perpetrate injustices on the weak and powerless, which is what Hillary Clinton did here.
It's a couple days before Christmas, so I'm going to be a bit subtle with my words. The Clinton campaign always needs to be careful when they talk about the mistreatment of women, because they may be running against a guy who is going to be waiting for them to talk about war on women or women being mistreated or women being degraded, and then Katie barred the door. It's going to get ugly. That's my Christmas warning to the Clinton campaign.
I agree. I think that
they need to be
can't
very
overcorrect
careful
on little things like this, and it should be just cast off as stupidity.
They can't like
stupid. The whole thing's stupid.
See a word that and act like this degrades all women in a way that, let's say, sexual harassment in the workplace would degrade women, or equal pay, or harassment, or even rape. You just can't draw those.
Not in this
lines.
election. Are you uncomfortable, Richard?
They just need to be. They need to be.
Okay.
The Clinton campaign needs to be very careful, and especially if they draw Donald Trump, because the first time she talks about women being mistreated, just sit back and take notes.